Welcome to Cooking with Drew. Today we're going to make cookie muffins. Here's the recipe. Alright, the prep time is about 15 to 20 minutes and the cook time is about 12 to 15 minutes for each batch. So let's go ahead and get started. When you're making cookies, you want to start with the wet ingredients first. So I'm going to go ahead and do the eggs, butter, and the sugars and get that all mixed up real nice. I use a knife to break my egg because my bowl is plastic. Breaks it right in half. It's 2 eggs, large eggs, and then I use a half cup of butter and a half cup of Crisco for the muffins, and I use the butter flavored Crisco. And then I use a cup and a half of brown sugar. I had all this already pre-measured. And then this is my tablespoon of salt and tablespoon of baking powder. We're going to go ahead and mix this all together. I like to use a power mixer because it makes it much easier. Brown sugar clumps. See that texture I'm getting? Nice, creamy. Alright, looks like we're about ready for the flour. And a little bit of vanilla. A teaspoon of vanilla. Now I use real vanilla, but you can use vanilla extract as well. I think real vanilla gives it a better flavor. Alright, and then here I have 2 1/4 cups of flour already pre-measured, and I'm just going to pour it lightly while I mix. Don't want to put too much in there at once, you'll get a big flour cloud. Okay, then you get it initially mixed in there. Then you take your spatula. Mine's got a little butter left on it, so I'm going to just go ahead and wipe that off. And you just go around the edges of the bowl. And you make sure you get all the flour off the edges, and then you want to be sure you scoop the bottom real good. You notice how we got this nice moist cookie batter? It's because of all the brown sugar, because we want our muffins to stay moist. So now, what we're going to do is we're going to add our chocolate chips. And there's a cup and a half of mini chocolate chips in here. You can use the regular size. I'm just using the minis because I like the minis. And then at this point, you want to use a spoon to mix it. You don't want to use a power mixer. Just get the cookies all nice and evenly distributed in the batter. Okay, there's a nice even texture there of the chocolate chips. So then you're going to take your muffin pan. It's a mini muffin pan. So you take the cookie and you fill the muffin up about 2/3 of the way, because it is going to rise a little bit. So in a tablespoon size, it's about 2 spots per tablespoon. See how that's looking? All right, and when we get the pan all filled up, I've had the oven preheating to 350 degrees. So I'm going to put it in there, and then I'm going to set my timer for 12 minutes and see what they look like. If they're nice and golden brown, we'll be done with the first batch. All right. All right, guys, it's looking like our cookies are about done. Pull them out and see what they look like. Look at that. All right, so we're going to let them cool in the pan for about 2 minutes. I've got this nice cooling rack right here. Then we'll pull them out, we'll put our next batch in, and then we'll finish up this batch of muffin cookies. All right, let's finish these babies up. So now that we've got our cookie muffin all cooked, we're going to top it. So here I've had the vanilla chocolate chips in the recipe on low, just getting nice and softened. What you're going to do is you're just going to dip in there, and you're going to stick your macadamia nut on top, and we're done. So you can use whatever type of nut you like. I personally like the macadamia nuts, but again, you just take the cookie, dip it in, voila. You put your nut on it while the chocolate is still hot so it hardens in there. And you also don't need to use nuts at all. I'm going to actually do some without nuts so that we just have a nice chocolate topping. And you also don't even have to top them at all if you don't want to. This is a delicious, delectable little cookie muffin that you're going to enjoy.